Today in our 2017 Chevrolet Equinox, we'll be installing the CURT Class 3 Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number 13591. All right, here's what our hitch looks like installed. As you can see, it's a nice clean look underneath our vehicle. Nothing's hanging down below the bumper cover at all. It's all hidden by it. Our receiver, if you look at it, it's about flush with the back end of the bumper. It's recessed a little bit actually. So we don't have to worry about running our knees or our shins into it when we're loading any cargo into our hatch area. We have this nice welded on collar on our receiver opening here to give us a nice clean look. We have these nice angular steel plate safety chain loops that are fairly easy to use. They are a little bit of small opening here though, so if you have some large diameter safety chains, you may need to swap them out for a smaller one so you can hook onto them easily. We have our industry standard 5/8 inch diameter hitch pinhole here to secure any of our hitch mounted accessories that we may have. This hitch has a 350 pound max tongue weight rating and a 3,500 pound max gross trailer weight rating. It does support the use of weight distribution. The max tongue weight rating increases to 400 pounds and the max gross trailer weight rating increases to 4,000 pounds. This hitch is a very simple installation. There's no drilling or welding required. It utilizes existing holes that are already in the frame. Some applications you may need to fish wire a carriage bolt down in the bumper support if you don't have an existing weld nut there. And you just have to remove your fascia cover right here that goes where the factory hitch would be if your vehicle was equipped with one. Now for a few measurements to better assist you in choosing any hitch mounted accessory you may need, such as a ball mount, bike rack, or a cargo carrier. You're looking at about 4.5 inches from the center of the hitch pinhole to the rearmost point of the back bumper, and about 15 inches from the ground to the top of the Class 3 2-inch receiver opening. All right, here's what our hitch comes with. We have the hitch itself and all of our installation hardware needed to get it installed. These bolts here will go into existing weld nuts already in the frame. Then we have these carriage bolts here, which will go into spacer plates and secure our hitch up with these flange nuts. We have our fish wire here to get these into the bumper support. Now that we've gone over what's included, we'll show you how to get it installed. Now underneath our vehicle, we have this cutout here, which would hide where the factory hitch would be. We need to remove this piece. In order to do that, just push in on your two tabs, push them up a little bit, pull down on it. Pushing on the tabs at the top. Set it aside. Now we'll take our pull wire, insert it into the round hole that's slightly off center from the center of our bumper support, and push it through the bumper. Place on one of our spacer plates, and thread on a carriage bolt. I'll pull that on through. Move the pull wire. Then we'll repeat the same thing for the other round hole, just go in the opposite direction. Now with an extra set of hands, we'll raise our hitch up. And we'll secure it with our flange nut. Once we have these started a few turns, we can let go of the hitch and it won't go anywhere. Now we'll take one of our bolts and a conical tooth washer, drop it on our bolt, so with the teeth facing away from the bolt head, these will go towards our hitch. We're on our passenger side, we'll push the hitch up and secure it into the weld nuts that exist in the frame. And get them both started. We'll do the same on the other side. All right, now that we have all of our hardware started, we can start to tighten them down. Just using a 19mm socket on the bolts on the side. Now you may notice that you have 2 extra bolts left over. Those are for different models of Equinoxes, that may or may not have a weld nut here where we fish wired our carriage bolt into place. In our case, we didn't have the weld nut, so we used the carriage bolts. Tighten the other ones down the side. All right, now with our sides tightened, we can go underneath. It's a little tight to get in there, but the bumper cover does flex enough that you can get in there. Okay, now we'll torque all of our hardware to the amount specified in the instructions. Now, if you have carriage bolts here versus the bolts that go in the weld nut for the middle bolts, they do get a different torque amount. So just make sure you pay attention to that in the instructions. And you may need to use an extension and a swivel adapter in order to torque these down. And that completes our installation of the CURT Class 3 Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number 13591 on our 2017 Chevrolet Equinox.
Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com.